Imagine a bear that can crush a human skull with a single blow. Yes, today's topic is the African Nandi Bear. Damn it, after this video, I'm probably going to dream about a bear. If you want to see one too, be sure to subscribe. This creature, as its name suggests, is native to Africa. It's usually depicted as either a bear or something similar to a hyena. As I mentioned earlier, it's strong enough to crush a skull. This strength is enough to make people fear it. Anyway, the creature gets its name from the Nandi people of Africa. It's known to have existed in Kenya since ancient times. Usually, it's seen as a source of fear, and encountering it is believed to bring bad luck. Sometimes, elder shamans claim that the bear is a type of spirit. According to their beliefs, when their ancestors die, their spirits transform into this bear. Some elderly people from the Nandi tribe claim to have seen the bear in their youth while in the forest. In the continuation of the story, they followed the bear and found its tracks. According to their accounts, the bear's tracks were unusually large. It was also said that the bear had relatively short and powerful legs. This played a big role in strengthening the rumors. Sometimes, this creature is believed to be a type of nature guardian, much like the bunyip from our last video. It's described as a creature reflecting the conflict between nature and humans, generally staying away from human settlements. It's said to live in the forested areas of Kenya, but could this creature be real? First, let's look at the records about it. Dr. Richard Lydecker reported local folklore in the 1890s, but since he didn't actually see the bear himself and only collected folk stories, we can't say too much about it. Modern cryptozoologists and researchers have also come to the region to gather information about the bear. One of them is the famous Tony Heald. In the 1990s, he visited the area and gathered his own opinions about the bear. According to his reports, the creature was described as a kind of giant bear or hyena. There's another event connected to this bear. In 1898, during the famous Tsavo lions incident, the renowned hunter John Patterson was called to Kenya. While he didn't see the bear directly, he heard rumors that both of the lions feared the bear. Now let's look at whether the Nandi Bear myths are real or just a rumor. To do that, we first need to check out the bears that lived in or still live in Africa. Since there are no bears living in Africa today, let's take a look at extinct species. Before we start the video, I picked 3 bears that match the description. First, let's look at the physical descriptions of the Nandi Bear. It's said to stand between 5 to 7 feet tall and weigh around 250 to 300 kilograms. This would make it about the same weight as a lion. Yes, our first suspect is the Atlas bear. In fact, one of the animals that fits the description of this creature the most is the Atlas bear. This species, which went extinct in the 1870s, was native to Africa, and since it was seen not too long ago, I've included it on this list. Its body type and weight are nearly identical to the bear described in the Nandi Bear folk tales. It's officially considered extinct. So, what caused this? The primary reason was human activity. People hunted the bear for its fur and meat. Additionally, climate change, which has been altering the global balance, led to the extinction of many animals, including the Atlas bear. These bears lived not in savannas like lions, but in relatively mountainous regions. Personally, I think, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, the bear we're looking for is most likely an Atlas bear, but I don't want to get your hopes up, because a bear, especially an Atlas bear, living in such a flat area would be difficult. Let's bring in our next guest. Actually, I was going to include Agriotherium here, but its chances of having lived in modern times or the last century are even slimmer. So, meet Ursus etruscus. This bear is closely related to today's brown bears and potentially even to Atlas bears. Yes, I know this species lived in the Pleistocene epoch, around 100,000 years ago, but there is still a very small chance it could still be alive. Very, very slim, but still not zero. Anyway. Oh, and by the way, Nandi Bear folktales mention that this creature has incredible jaw strength, but I won't tell you more about that right now. Or, on second thought, I think it's best to explain this now. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this bear had a bite strong enough to crush the skull of a human or a deer. First, we need to understand this. The methods for measuring the bite force of modern animals, like brown bears, and extinct creatures, like the Atlas bear or Ursus etruscus, are different. To understand how to break a human skull, we first need to know how strong it is. On average, human skulls can withstand about 5,000 to 7,000 newtons of pressure. Only a few animals, particularly bears, can generate this much force. For instance, big players like polar bears or brown bears are up to the task. But what about the Atlas bear or Ursus etruscus? These creatures could generate around 7,500 to 8,000 newtons of force, which would be enough to crush the skull of a deer or a large human. That's all for today. If you don't forget to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. See you next time.
Please subscribe to my channel.